Obsidian is one of the best note-taking apps out there, perfect for anybody that likes to learn. However, an issue that I quickly ran into is trying to keep my notes synced across multiple devices. Obsidian proposes the answer by making you pay for a subscription to use their cloud services. Instead, let's set up a free version for ourselves and learn a little bit about Git and GitHub while we're at it. Obviously, step 0 is going to need to be that you have Obsidian installed. Once you get it downloaded, just click through all of the defaults. Now that we've got Obsidian downloaded, it's time to create a GitHub repository. This is going to be where we store all of our notes. Create an account in GitHub, and then either click this plus sign up here or go to github.com/new. We're going to name this repository Obsidian-Vault, all lowercase. You don't need a description. We're going to set the visibility to private, leave this off, no git ignore, no license, create repository. Now we see we're in hacking and Obsidian Vault, so we're in the correct repo. Now we need to initialize Git. This is going to be the tool that actually manages sending the files to your GitHub. We're going to install it from this link and then run a couple of commands. We're just going to click through all of the defaults for now. Editor's note here, we're going to type the commands we need to set up Git into git-bash. When you finish the Git install, you can click the toggle to run git-bash as soon as it finishes up, or just search for it in the Windows icon here. Once we get it pulled up, we'll be able to start typing in these commands. Now, if you follow the default installation for Obsidian, what we're going to do is we're going to go cd, which means change directory, and then go to Documents, Obsidian, and now we are in our Obsidian directory. Then we're going to do the following: git config -- global user.email and set up your email here. You'll also do user.name here. Then, once you've set those up, it should take you to a GitHub login link. You'll just authorize it, and then you can test it by doing git init, git add -a, which means adding all, and then git commit m. This just means add a message. I did 3 M's there. And then we'll need to grab our link. So we'll do github.com/your username /obsidian-vault. Now you'll just run the commands listed here in order. Mine looks a little bit different as I set mine up previously. As long as you do this git push -u origin master and everything goes through. Next, we'll get working with Obsidian. Open up your Obsidian, click the settings wheel on the bottom left, and go to Community Plugins. You'll click Community Plugins, find Git, it should be in the top 10 most popular plugins all the time, and install it. Turn it on with this toggle right here, and then come to the settings wheel. We're going to do auto commit and sync interval, set that to 10, and then I like to scroll down and turn on push on commit and sync, pull on commit and sync, and pull on startup, so that you always make sure you have the most current version downloaded. That's it. Now we can test it. If we open up our repository now, and we give it a refresh, we've got our Obsidian folder and our welcome.md folder. Obsidian stores files as markdown, which is why it's an MD. What we can do is now make a new note called test. I'm going to do Control P to bring up my plugin commands. And then we can do git push git commit and sync. And now we should see this test file pop up in our GitHub here in just a minute. And now it's there. It's that simple. Only took us a couple of minutes. All we'll need to do when you want to sync to another device is install Git and Obsidian in the exact same way. However, once you get yourself signed in, as soon as you do those, initialize your email and username, you're going to do git clone and clone the Git Obsidian Vault that we built up here. That's going to download everything you've got, put it into your Obsidian folder. And then within Obsidian, you can come down here at the bottom, manage vaults, and then open folder as vault. And then you'll select the file that you just downloaded. After that, just make sure you've gone through the same setup steps of making sure you've got Git installed, enabled, and setting up auto sync, and it's going to be matched across different devices. Taking notes on one device is awesome, but when you're able to start managing all of your knowledge in one base that automatically updates across devices, that's when you really start to experience everything that this tool has to offer. You'll be saving a couple bucks, and you'll be making your GitHub look cooler. So if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. All of the links you guys need will be in the description. Feel free to get in touch if you guys need any help.